1996, almost 2 decades after his conviction. A young journalist named Jenna Reyes, investigating corruption in the Chicago PD, stumbled upon an archived police interview from 1979. The video was mislabeled, never shown at trial. In it, the store clerk, just hours after being shot, said, "He wasn't that tall. Maybe 5 feet 8 inches. Didn't look like he worked with his hands. Skinny." Elijah Thomas was 6 feet 3 inches, broad-shouldered, with permanent calluses from welding. It was enough for Jenna to take the story to the Illinois Innocence Review Board. In 1998, Elijah's conviction was overturned. He had served 19 years. He walked out of Menard in a borrowed suit, into the arms of Malik, now 31, a school principal. The city gave no apology. No compensation. No acknowledgement of wrongdoing. But Elijah didn't want their money. He wanted something bigger. Elijah used his old shop, Steel and Honor, as a community justice center. He partnered with local lawyers, teachers, and re-entry counselors. They helped former inmates find jobs. Helped kids avoid trouble. Helped families like his who had no voice in the system. His motto was painted on the garage wall. "We fix what's broken, in cars and in people." In 2005, Elijah testified before a congressional panel on wrongful convictions. His voice was deep, clear, and calm. "Justice was stolen from me in 1979. I don't want it back for myself. I want it for every young man who hasn't been heard yet." His testimony helped fuel new legislation requiring body cameras, public access to trial tapes, and stricter rules for evidence chain of custody. Elijah Thomas died peacefully in 2012 at the age of 68. His legacy is honored in Chicago's South Side Justice Fellowship, named after him, where at-risk youth work on cars while learning about their rights. Malik now runs the shop and the foundation. Inside the garage hangs a single-framed quote. "They stole my years. I built them into futures." Elijah Thomas. Elijah Thomas may be fictional, but his story is drawn from real men who were wrongfully convicted, forgotten, and later rose to rebuild their communities. It is a reminder that injustice, no matter how hidden, has an echo, and sometimes, it finds a voice. In the heart of Chicago's South Side, 1979, a man named Elijah Thomas owned a small auto shop called Steel and Honor. To his neighbors, he was more than a mechanic. He was a mentor. A father figure. A former Marine. He opened his doors to anyone who wanted to learn, especially black teenagers from the neighborhood trying to stay out of trouble. But it was his reputation that would make him a target. October 17, 1979, just before midnight. A nearby liquor store was robbed. The store clerk was shot. The suspect? Described as a tall black man in a green jacket. That's all it took. Police stormed Elijah's home the next morning. No warrant. No questions. Just handcuffs. His teenage son, Malik, watched it happen. They claimed they found a gun in the trunk of his Impala. They didn't mention that 5 officers had opened the trunk off camera, before any official record was made. The trial was swift. The prosecutor painted Elijah as a quiet type with a violent streak. They never mentioned his Marine service. Never mentioned his mentorship of dozens of neighborhood boys. The jury, 10 white, 2 black, took just over 4 hours. He was sentenced to 25 years to life. Elijah never stopped insisting. "I did not rob that store. I did not shoot that man. I have never pointed a gun at anyone in my life." But no one listened. Menard Correctional Center, a maximum security prison. Inside, Elijah became a teacher. An organizer. A protector of younger men inside who reminded him of his son. He wrote letters every week to news outlets, lawyers, even the Innocence Project. For years, no reply. He missed Malik's high school graduation. His mother's funeral. Every birthday for over a decade. But still, he wrote.